Moving on to step 4. So you know who your audience is, you've created that profile, um, and now you have to look at your social media strategy. And your social media strategy in terms of um, content is obviously centered around content, because if you know what content to publish based on all your goals and your audience and your research, um, it's easy to craft them. Here we have the content marketing matrix, albeit I've amended it slightly to show content in the middle. And a content marketing matrix is a framework that helps you create ideas based on specific goals. For example, the above graphic here shows 4 quadrants: entertain and educate on the left-hand side, and inspire and convince on the right-hand side. And if you think about it, if you think about a horizontal axis moving from left to right, so on the left-hand side is awareness, on the right-hand side is action or purchase. And if you think back to the AIDA model, which goes from awareness to action, this model actually helps you create content that moves people from awareness to action based on the type of content that it is. So entertaining content, educational content is more about awareness and making people aware of your products and services, whereas inspiring and convincing content moves people along that purchasing funnel or that sales funnel into buying things from you. So entertaining content might be like a branded video of your business showcasing your employees at work in a fun and personality driven way. Educational content might be an infographic on the best way to set business goals. Um, Inspirational content might be a blog post on how your product has improved the quality of someone's life, which obviously is more convincing to buy something. Convincing content could be like a case study or a product savings calculator showing how a family has installed maybe solar panels and reduced their monthly bills or so on. So these are the types of content that really resonate and move people along that funnel. So some of the key considerations for content then, these include trying to tell your brand story through content. And if you want to get the very best out of social media, you're going to have to embrace the art of storytelling at some point, and it's not easy. I'm not going to pretend it is. However, it really does help your audience resonate with your content, because if you can harness the emotional power of stories, it helps build those relationships. It showcases the human side of your business. Some of you may be familiar with the Humans of New York page, and it started maybe 10 years ago when it used to put up a photo of a random person in New York and their story beside it, and it really resonated with people, and it has millions and millions of followers worldwide, and it's also been replicated in other cities throughout the world too. And if you can connect with people on a human basis and through your brand, that's going to really resonate with them. It's going to make them follow you and want to be active and engaging with your page. If you look at some of the big brands worldwide, Guinness, for example, are great at telling a story. The 1,000-year lease, and how their things are made, and the whole sort of feeling around Guinness. And that's what I suppose that's the end goal. That's what we're aiming for. You also need to think about things like, what type of content are you going to post? So again, what does our audience want? They want videos. What fits with our brand? Is it infographics? Is it blogs? And so on. Which channels are you going to post on? So our key audience is 25 to 45-year-olds. So we're going to choose Facebook and Twitter. Also look at things like, how often are you going to post? So look at what your competitors are doing, take information from that. What resources do we have to post? I have a graphic in a couple of slides time that indicates how often you should be posting. When are you going to post? So the best times of the day to do that, is it during the commute and so on. And then look at creating a content calendar. So And this helps with, I suppose, executing the strategy, because it identifies when people and how often people should post, and assigns roles as to Monday we're doing this type of post, a motivational post, or on Wednesday we're doing a get over the hump day week post, or Christmas is coming up so it's geared towards Christmas, or so on. So this is the content calendar that helps guide the process of publishing content. Sprout Social, which is one of the social media giants, if you want to call them that, and authorities, did a global study about the best times to post on Facebook for engagement. And if you can see there in the graph, it looks like around Wednesdays, 11 a.m., 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. are the best times to post for the highest engagement. Now, globally, that's when the best time to post on Facebook is, according to them. But this is something that you probably need to try and discover, when is the best times to post. And it is a bit of trial and error. So that's when is the best time to post. Obviously, that's going to vary per platform and per business. How often you should be posting then. So, some of those figures might actually scare you, but to post on Facebook regularly is key. Recommended 8 to 15 times a week, so once or twice a day. Instagram, once or twice a day as well, along with Instagram stories, and you could probably put Facebook stories into that as well. So a lot of posts on Twitter, minimum 3 times a day. LinkedIn, once or twice a day. Pinterest, 4 times a day. If you're on Snapchat, 5 to 20 per week, so at least once a day as well, near enough. So that's a lot. That's a lot of posting. Do you have the resources to go onto all these 6 platforms and post 100 posts a week? So you start to maybe think a bit more strategically here, and where are we going to get our most traction, and what is going to get us most success. So you really do need to consider your platforms here. So in terms of then where you're going to get the most success, that's all about measuring and analyzing.